Hello everyone, this is ToA welcoming you back to another Sword of Convallaria video. Today we're diving deep into one of the most impressive support units we've had so far, Credenza. I'll also show how her 5 stars performs in Season 3 of the Tower of Adversity, where her kit truly shines. But before we get there, let's take a look at how my 3-star Credenza supports the team in a max difficulty Pioneer stage.
いかがいたしましょう。わかりました。一緒に行きましょう。光の導くままに。大豪滅却。
大丈夫。私がいるから。
頼もしいですね。一緒に行きましょう。ありがとう。闇を払い、私に続け。人々に希望を。行くよ。速攻で終わらせる。私だって落ち着いて行動できるの。
私がいるから。
おっと、ちょうどよかった。いかがいたしましょう。光を生きと頼もしいですね。決めるのはあんただ。一緒に行きましょう。ありがとう。ファンの時です。大豪滅却。私に続け。これがみんなの決断です。奴らに目に物を見せてやるよ。ドキだ。はあ、楽勝楽勝。
大丈夫。私がいるから。
感謝するぜ。終わらせてやる。決めるのはあんただ。終わりではありません。いかがいたしましょう。
ありがとう。
光生きとし生けるものを守る。私に続け。みんなも一緒に前へ。これがみんなの決断です。奴らに目に物を見せてやるよ。動きだ。一撃で決める。あいつをやればいいんだ。いいぞ。一緒に行きましょう。ありがとう。大豪滅却。
大丈夫。私がいるから。
頼もしいですね。光よ、生きとし生けるものを守る。
ありがとう。
光よ、生きとし生けるものを守る。頼もしいですね。一緒に行きましょう。罪は待つよ。大豪滅却。私に続け。頼もしいですね。みんなも一緒に前へ。頼もしいです。みんなも一緒に前へ。頼もしいです。終わらせましょう。行くよ。速攻で終わらせる。私の相手を務めるには早すぎたね。
So, let's jump straight into Credenza's core mechanics. Her trait, Divine Radiance, grants her an exclusive self-buff called Divine Revelation. Whenever Divine Revelation is active, several of her skill effects are enhanced. When she performs Standby, she sacrifices 20% of her HP to gain Divine Revelation at the start of her next turn. Each time she loses 10% of her HP, either from this sacrifice or from taking damage, she builds 1 count. After reaching 12 counts, she unlocks her ultimate skill, Hierophany, which can only be used once per battle unless you equip her passive skill, Hierophany's Return. The effect of Hierophany changes with her star level, so let's break that down. She also triggers Divine Punishment when defeated, releasing an AoE nuke around her, but the damage is quite mediocre, so you don't want to rely on that. Instead, focus on Hierophany, which is the real centerpiece of her kit. Hierophany dispels all debuffs from allies within 5 tiles, fully restores their HP, and grants all level 2 buffs. While charging the skill, she still activates these effects, but the healing and buff duration are halved. She also gains Prey for Divine Revelation, which automatically enables Divine Revelation on the next turn. At 3 stars, Hierophany starts to truly shine. It restores 1 energy, reduces all skill cooldowns by 1 turn, and extends the first Divine Revelation's duration by 1 turn. At 4 stars, she additionally grants Radiant Grace, a unique buff that increases both attack and damage by 15%, stacking with level 2 buffs and Nocturnal Glow 2. At 5 stars, Hierophany restores 2 energy instead of 1, and she automatically gains Divine Revelation at the start of each turn. Additionally, all of her skills cost 1 less energy whenever Divine Revelation is active. Because of all this, I recommend having her at least 4 stars, since that's when her core support power comes online. You can replicate parts of her 5-star benefits using the Flag of Convallaria tactic. For equipment, I've found Reorganized Cube paired with her Astral Imprint Resonant Crystal to be her best combo. A 3-star Resonant Crystal works fine, but a 5-star one really unlocks her full potential, even without having her at 5 stars. Resonant Crystal also has future synergy with SP Maitha, so it's a worthwhile investment. For Engraving Resonance, go with Cup and Wand, and for Tarots, both Empress and High Priestess are great options. Since she already provides strong AoE healing, I personally lean toward Empress for more dispel capabilities. Now, my skill loadout might look a bit different from other creators because I build her mainly for high-level content like Tower of Adversity or max difficulty Pioneer stages. Her basic attack doesn't matter much, you'll rarely use it. Equip Radiant Barrier as a reaction skill, which helps her serve as your party's damage absorber. Hierophany's Return becomes a core skill once she's at least 3 stars, and note this, you only need 12 counts to unlock the first Hierophany. The second use doesn't require rebuilding those stacks again. Radiant Blessing supports her role as the game's best cooldown reducer, while Hymn of Absolution provides a substantial team-wide damage boost. This setup does require Flag of Convallaria tactics and at least 1 energy battery, like SP Inanna or Tyre. I personally prefer pairing her with SP Inanna and DPS units that benefit from cooldown reduction, as you saw earlier in battle. You can also perform a neat trick with Inanna, trigger Resonant Oath, follow with one of her active skills depending on the situation, then have Inanna cast Act again on Credenza. This lets you trigger another Resonant Oath immediately, unlocking Hierophany on the very first round. I'd recommend doing this only when Credenza is 4 stars or higher, since it relies heavily on her upgraded Hierophany synergy. If you're attempting this before 5 stars, you'll definitely need Convallaria Flag Tactic and an energy battery for it to work properly. So why does this strategy matter? Let's see how it actually plays out in Tower of Adversity Season 3, featuring gameplay from one of the top scorers on the Chinese server. I'll include the link in the description below. Firstly, I just want to apologize for the audio quality in this clip. This is the only footage I could find that clearly showcases the strategy I mentioned earlier. Do note that to execute this setup on this particular stage, you'll need a 5-star Credenza, since the player here is using the March Command tactic instead of Flag of Convallaria.
听到了，变成是你的我吧，告我吧。很好。只能赌我了。
可别让我失望，化为沙尘，臣服吧。
光辉耀护众生，光辉耀护众生。有我能帮上忙的吗？坚持住，我会与你同在。谢谢。 光辉在指引我。有趣的邀请，便准许你领舞吧。
很好。
有趣的邀请。于血雨中擒我，只能独舞。
抄家伙送他们上路，去死吧！你的死期到了，还不够，下一个。
很好，
听到了。
可别让我失望。化为沙尘。
Before we wrap up, let's quickly go through Credenza's skill tree and talk about which skills I recommend activating. At rank 1, choose Radiant Blessing. This gives Credenza the ability to reduce a single ally's cooldown by 2 turns, which is extremely valuable for supporting burst rotations. At rank 3, prioritize Hierophany's return. I've also activated Graceful Salvation as I personally found it very useful when tackling tough Pioneer stages where extra sustain makes a difference. At rank 5, go with Radiant Barrier. It reinforces her role as a team protector, absorbing incoming damage effectively. At rank 7, pick Flagellon. This one's especially handy before Credenza reaches 3 stars, giving her a bit more utility in earlier progression. At rank 9, I chose Hypnotic Attack, but only for the HP bonus that this node provides. It helps her tank a little better given her self-damage mechanics. Finally, at rank 11, activate both nodes. Trial of Radiance is particularly important if you don't have her Resonant Crystal, since it smooths out her Divine Revelation rotation. And I absolutely love Hymn of Absolution for the AoE damage support it provides to the team, especially when your Credenza is below 4 stars. As for her Ascension skill, since her mechanics naturally involve taking damage, Blessing of Divine Shield is definitely worth considering to improve her overall survivability. So, to wrap things up, Credenza is hands down one of the strongest support units we've had so far in Sword of Convallaria. While she doesn't deal much damage herself, the sheer amount of team-wide buffs, healing, and cooldown reduction she brings makes her a top-tier pick for high-end content, like Tower of Adversity and Pioneer stages. If you already have solid DPS units but find yourself struggling with energy management or survivability in tough maps, Credenza might be the perfect addition to round out your team. She truly shines when paired with energy batteries like SP Inanna or Tyre, and becomes even more powerful once she reaches 4 stars or higher. And that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you think about Credenza. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to help support the channel. Stay cool, stay crispy. This is ToA signing off. See you in the next video.